Hey, this is Erica from Ever Educating, and this channel is teaching tips, tools, ideas, and resources for new college instructors. Since it's a fall term and we're nearing the holidays of the season, one thing I haven't talked about in a video is how to decide on deadlines during weeks where there are holidays, right? Because maybe your program has longer holidays, so let's say for Thanksgiving, you get Thursday to Sunday off. Other programs might have you just get Thursday and Friday. Some might have you have Wednesday to Friday, right? So there's always those holiday breaks that occur for Thanksgiving, and then sometimes there's other ones as well. And so I thought that I would give you some tips on 3 questions to ask yourself to decide on deadlines that will occur during that week for your assignments, right? Because you have things like, do I assign the deadline earlier, before the holiday? Do I assign it after? And so here's things to consider when making that decision. So the first question to ask yourself is, do you want the chance to give them an extension? Okay, because perhaps you go with the approach of, I'm going to make the deadline before the holiday begins, so that as you get closer and I have a good sense of how students are doing with that unit, if I feel they need more time, it's an easy way to say, you know what, I'm going to extend your deadline. Rather than being due Wednesday, let's say, before Thanksgiving, it's now due on Sunday, okay? So it's a built-in buffer room for extensions, okay? So that might be one reason to assign it before the holiday if you want the chance to potentially give them an extension that's built in. Now, the second question to ask yourself, right, is will you be grading during the holiday break? Because in that sense, if you know that you're going to use a couple days of the holiday break to just speed grade everything you get in, then it makes sense to have them turn in before the holiday begins. But if you know you're going to take a real break, you're going to do no grading whatsoever during the holiday, then why not give them until the end of the holiday break, considering you're not going to be grading anyways, right? So in that sense, you might say, okay, Sunday's the deadline because I'm not going to be grading anyways. Why not have a few extra days? If you're someone who wants that same break, turn it in before it begins, right? Turn it in on Wednesday. But I am giving you the whole break in case that's when you want to finish it up. So that's a second question to ask yourself. Okay? And then a third question to ask yourself is, do students really need this break before the next unit begins? Because if you have this unit they're working on, and let's say you have a deadline Sunday, and then Monday, you're diving straight into this really complex final unit or final preparation for an exam, or whatever the case may be, then students who turn in on Sunday will have no break between, okay, great, I just turned in this 7-page paper, whew, I can relax. And then Monday comes around, it's all right, your final project is gonna be due in 3 weeks, here's what you're gonna be doing. They're oh great, right? This is so fast paced. But if you have them turn in before the holiday break, now it's due Wednesday, now they have 4 days of relaxing from your class. And then, okay, Monday, bright and fresh, let's work on this final unit. I'm so glad I got a break before we started working on this. Okay. Now, if your course ends very slowly, you have a design that's more you start off slow, you get intense, and you end slow, well then that break probably isn't necessary. So sure, turn it on Sunday because the next few weeks are going to be light anyway. So that's another one to ask yourself, right? So to recap, you want to get a sense of, do you want to be able to offer an extension that's easy and built in? Are you planning on grading during the break? And do they need a break before that final part of the course begins? Knowing your answers there, that could help you decide when to assign a deadline for these major units that occur during a holiday part of the term. Not just for Thanksgiving, but any holiday you might have in your program. So if you found this video helpful, click like and let me know. Comment if you have your own suggestions for figuring this out, and subscribe to not miss out on future content. I'll see you next time.